hard on.
Plastic piece of
Seriously.
Oh, you meant like really?
Thanks.
Oh, I like it.
I'm gonna learn how to use the bleep, 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 bleep.
Edit, paste. There's a lot of differences. Getting used to the new steering wheel and steering column and stuff like that is different. It doesn't, sit like the trucks have for the last 15 years. So that's different. I don't necessarily not like it. It's just different. First automatic I've ever had. So far, I like that. I don't mind it at all. It's kind of cool. Get moving and just hit resume on the cruise and it just does it. So I like that. I don't mind. It rides amazing. Like we got the 12 gauge Gen 4 389 air ride that we converted to on the front, and it's low as hell, but man, does it ride good. I can't believe it's the best riding truck I've ever had. I've had one longer and it rode real good too, but this thing is amazing how well it rides. It's very stable, but yet it's soft. You don't get like a lot of steering wheel whip when you hit a viaduct or something like that. Like it's very smooth. So 12 gauge did really good on their new air ride. I gotta admit that they did a good job. Other than that, it's fantastic. Like it's quiet. It'd be nice when it gets broken and pulls a little bit better. It's a little lazy right now, but get some miles on it, it'll come around. The integration of the aftermarket sleeper to the cab was good. It was super easy. Everything works as way it should, and no issues there. So I'm pretty happy about that. I've never done a custom sleeper before, so that was uncharted territory for us. I guess a lot of overthinking, maybe worrying about how it was going to work, and we got help from a lot of really good friends when we were ordering the truck to make adding the sleeper onto it faster and easier. So we really appreciate the help from the experienced people in that region, because if we would have done it the way we were originally going to do it, it would have definitely been a task. We had originally thought about ordering the truck with a little sleeper and then taking the sleeper off and adding the big sleeper, and not thinking that the big sleepers don't connect to the cab like a Unibilt does. So we would have been changing cab corners and having to do a lot more paint work and stuff like that. So getting that advice ahead of time was a huge help. It saved us a lot of time and money that way. So, just things like that. When you get going into a big project like this, you gotta pre-think every little thing to save money. But we did that with a lot of help from, like I said, good friends with big bunk trucks, and Nick at Amcan Truck Parts. He's had big bunks in their family forever. So for this being our first one, it came together really nice and really good. So we had Alliance Truck Group out of Indiana build the sleeper for us, and basically we wanted the look of the old school double eagle, and everybody said they're the ones to go to. You go to ATG and they have the exterior look, and then they went through the interior with us and built us exactly what we wanted. We kind of told them what we were looking for as far as comforts out of it. We wanted a little bigger bed and a little bigger shower, and then the rest we weren't too concerned with. And then they stepped in and gave us tips and pointers from previous customers they have, and I never even thought of it. Tommy suggested a central vac, and it's like, well, God, I mean, do you really need it? He's like, oh man, it makes things so much easier. You don't have to lug the vacuum in the truck, and now that we have it, it's a great idea. It really didn't add a lot of cost. It didn't take up any space, but being able to, I like it clean, and little things like that are, things I would have never thought of. And so I have to say that, getting, help from the pros like that really helps. You know, when it comes to, you know, making a truck low or putting fenders on it or anything like that, you know, we've done that a million times. You know, I don't really need a lot of help there, but when it comes to, you know, this kind of, you know, big bunk stuff and specking the interior and things like that, I didn't know what I was doing. You know, there's endless opportunities to where you kind of just give them a core of what you were looking for, and they took the rest and ran with it. And we're really happy with it. It fits the truck really nice. The body lines, you know, look nice. It fits low on the chassis to kind of go with the low look of the truck. So they did a really good job, and I really thank ATG for that. But yeah, I mean, 1,600 miles on the truck. We've driven it about, I don't know, 300 now, maybe 350, something like that. So far, I have no complaints. Nothing's fallen off, so that's a plus. Everything seems to be working like it should. So yeah, I have first impressions of this thing are really good. We'll keep it.
All right, and that's day one. Stay tuned for day two. Well, here we are, a couple hours into day one. Well, more than a couple hours.
First oversight of the truck build.
Yep,
These things on.
we forgot to adjust the headlights. So we are taking them apart, and I am the marker in the front here to see how it shines on me. And that's how we're going to raise the headlights up so we know where we're at. I'd show more of a how-to, but I can't really move at this point. This button. These headlights seem pretty easy to adjust. Just take the back panel off with 2 screws.
On day 3 of Big Bunk Trucking with the Woods. We are just about 1,600 miles in by noon on Monday, I guess it is. Yeah, Monday. My days are all messed up because we left on Saturday. We don't usually do that. But so far it's been real good. Realized I forgot my shaver. We went on vacation and I repacked my bag. And apparently that's the only thing that didn't get transferred back to my travel bag for trucking, so that's nice.
And by day 3, he's dropping me off at the exit, and that's the end of my trip.
Yeah, it turns out we're a lot busier this week than we expected, so I have one of our other drivers bring me a trailer about an hour from home, and I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go back to West Virginia, and Crystal's going to go home and pay all of our bills and stuff. So just how it works with a small business. You wear multiple hats and you make it work however you can. So fortunately, we've got a really good team behind us with all of our drivers and owner operators and office people and stuff like that, to where everybody is willing to chip in and go the extra mile. And I don't know how, but we always seem to make it work. So that's good. Truck's been good. Had no issues with the truck. After we got the headlights adjusted on day 1, it's been good. We may have went just a little too high with them. Not really seeing a big difference between the low beams and the high beams at this point. So I might open them back up and go down just a little bit, just to make sure I'm not blinding the heck out of everybody else driving. Nobody's been flashing their brights at me, so I'm using that as my judgment to say that we're not too bad. We might be a little bit off, but we're doing it in a rest area parking lot. I think we're going to be all right. I can say, I've been over the road for 21 years now, I guess. And having a big bunk for 3 days sure makes you wonder how the heck you got through 20 years. It's just so nice to wake up with a toilet and a sink and everything like that. And sit at a little table and have your breakfast and stuff. And I don't know, it's more relaxing. I think that's the biggest thing is trucking has changed a lot in 20 years. It really has. It doesn't seem like that long ago when I sit here and think about it, but when I first started, we didn't have GPS and all the apps on a phone, and it reminds me of how old I am, I guess, because I don't feel that old, but when you stop and you think back that you didn't have those things, and it just made it so much different. And now you go to the technology that we have, along with much more better equipment, I guess. You add all that together, and it makes the job a lot easier. And you start to, after a long time in any career, it starts to lose the luster, I guess you'd say, to where you don't. You still love it. That's why you do it, but it's maybe not as exciting as it used to be, or you just start to feel like you've done this before, and it's a little bit of a repetitive deal, and I feel like spending a shit ton of money on a new truck with new amenities, maybe we'll renew that spark. Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see. To be determined, right?
Yeah. So far, reviews of the truck are really good.
Yeah.
This ATG sleeper that we had made, we haven't had no issues with it. Like I said, in the first about 2.5 days now we're in, and 1,600 miles. So it's been good. Nothing's fallen off of this truck. So my shop did a real good job making sure we were ready to roll, and it seems like it's good so far.
All right. Well, until next time, and hopefully we can catch Don later in this week to see how the rest of this week goes with the big bunk.
Yeah, flying solo for the next 2 days, so hopefully I don't get into trouble.
We'll see. To be determined.
See you guys. If I put it any longer, the wind could stop. Oh. All right.